Hi everyone, this is Cody W3AMG with BridgeCom Systems. Welcome to today's BridgeCom University live stream. Apologize for the late start. We've had a few technical difficulties here in the shop, but we made some quick on-the-fly changes, got everything up and running, so we are here to give you guys some free training today. So let's start off. Today we are going to be giving away an 878 Plus radio on the stream. Now you do have to be present to win, so make sure you enter that giveaway. We're going to give one right here today on the stream. We also have some other cool stuff going on. We have a big giveaway going on. You can win over $4,000 worth of awesome ham radio equipment, so make sure you sign up for that. But let's do some shout outs. Who do we have in the house today? Let's see, we have James, KC8BGJ. Good morning, James from Michigan. Let's see. Mark, KD5L. Good morning, Mark. William, KE8SPU. Good morning, William. Let's see. Rodney, WG4USA. Good morning. I like your call sign. Doug, KG5ZAY. Good morning, Doug. Let's see. We have Ed, KJ7DHY. Good morning, Ed. Thanks for being here. Who else we have? Thomas, KI5CO. Morning, Thomas. John, KC4LZN. Good morning. From the Sunshine State. Awesome. Eric, KE6EDG from California. And good morning, Eric. Awesome. Well, thank you all for being here. We're going to go over some really cool stuff today. We're going to show you how to make a basic code plug for your radio. So we're going to go through all the steps to make your code plug for an 878, any of these handheld radios. It really is going to apply for most of the AnyTone radios. We're going to show you that, but there's a cool twist today. We're actually going to be taking your feedback for talk groups. So we're actually going to build this together today. It's going to be a collaborative process. So you guys are going to be able to submit what talk groups you want. Now, unfortunately, we can't do every single talk group or else we'd be here all day. But we're going to pick some, so you have the opportunity to participate in this. And some of you guys, we're going to pick those talk groups and put them in the code plug. And then afterwards, we're actually going to post this code plug for all of you guys to download. So that way we'll create one together here. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing, we've got our radio here. Now for any of you wanting show notes, we have show notes in the description. You can click on them, follow along. There's some information there, probably a little bit more than we're going to go over in the stream. So let's jump over here to the computer. We first want to make sure we have the software. So I'm going to open up the software here real quick for the radio. Now if you don't have this, you can go to our website, bridgecomsystems.com, and go to the support page and download it. So in this case, I'm using this radio. It's reinitialized, so I'm going to click confirm. It's a brand new radio at this point. Just fully been reset, so it's just like we took it out of the box. So I've got my software, I've got my radio. You will need a programming cable, so I've got my programming cable here. And now at this point, it's a matter of finding the information that we want. So first what we're going to do is open up a web browser and get our different information. So I know my call sign, that's W3AMG. Now I'm going to need my radio ID, so I'm going to go to radioid.net. Now if you don't have a radio ID or a Brandmeister account and password, you will need to create those, but it's a real simple process. In fact, we have some videos that show you how. So then just go to database. And for any of you following along, especially after the fact, you can always pause this video, start it, slow it down, speed it up. That way you can follow along at your pace. What I like to do with tutorial videos myself is if I don't fully understand it, I'll go over a little section and then pause it, complete that on my project, and then start it and keep going, kind of work section at a time. So you're free to do that here. But and this video will be available afterwards. So if you want to go back and watch it, it's going to be there, don't worry. So we're going to go to Dmr User Id Search and type in our call sign. Awesome. We've got our call sign in here. Search. and then just scroll down, and perfect. There is my DMR ID. So we have that. Let me see here. So we've got that. Now we do need, if we were going to be talking to a repeater, we would need that information. So a great resource for that is repeaterbook.com. Now repeaterbook.com has a lot of information. You can find local repeaters. You know, it's all based on your location. Great resource for that. But we're actually going to be using a SkyBridge hotspot today. So this SkyBridge Plus hotspot is very easy to set up, and it's actually going to allow us to talk to all kinds of people all over the world. It's going to be very easy and easy to configure. So I've already configured this, but just for the sake of showing you, I'm going to log in real quick and show you how that works. So the cool thing with the SkyBridge, unlike a lot of hotspots, you can actually very easily log into it. All you have to do, if you're on the same network, which we are, I plugged it in, is basically this IP address here, the 192.168.1.114 in this case. Now that's going to change, you know, every time you plug it in, depending on what network you're on. You just take that address and go over here to your computer and literally just type that in the web browser. It doesn't matter what kind of computer, you could even do this on a smartphone, as long as you're on the same network as it. So 192.168.1.114, I believe that was correct. Yep, we're good. And that brings up our Pi-Star configuration. Now, if it asks you for a username and password, yep, here we go. So that's going to be pi-star, and the password is raspberry. That's RASPBERRY. Type that in there, and we are into the configuration. So here's just a basic rundown of how you would set up your SkyBridge. We've got my call sign, my frequency. Today we're working with 446.525. Got my information. Not all of this is essential. The main things are your call sign, your DMR ID, your frequency, and then you want to be on the right Brandmeister, the DMR master. In this case, we're running 3102 for the central area, and then you will need your hotspot password. If you don't have this, it's not going to work. Now what that is, if you go to Brandmeister, you would basically create a hotspot security password under the self-care section, and then input that into the hotspot security section here. That's actually very simple. In fact, see if we're logged in here. I can show you real quick. Log in. We'll just log in here real quick and show you how this works. So brandmeister.network, go to that website, create an account or log in if you have one already. Then you go to services, self-care, and your password is right down here. So you would simply type in a password. Now a lot of people get concerned like, oh, it doesn't have my password. Well, it always looks that way, so don't worry. If you type the password in and click save, it's already saved in the database. Now typically these passwords should be pretty simple, you know, no mixed types of characters. Just make it, you know, just make it a very simple password. We have some videos on that to show you how if you need help. And then put that password in here. And we're done with the SkyBridge at this point. Like I said, I already kind of preset it up. Most of the focus today will be on the radio. So we are good there. Now at this point, let's start setting up the radio. So I'm going to open our CPS back up. Oops. Looks like we have it open twice. We'll close out of that. Yeah. Okay, we'll open that up, and I'm going to plug in my programming cable into the computer and the radio. Now the first step of the process is going to be to read from your radio. If you forget to read from the radio, you'll probably end up with a band error. Not a big problem. You can solve it if you do make that mistake. But we want to do that first just to alleviate some headaches. So go ahead in your software, click on the COM port button. COM3, perfect. And then read from radio. Yep. And this is a great time to start sending in your talk group suggestions. So I'm going to click read, and whoa, looks like it. Is the radio turned on here? Yep. We're turned on. COM3. Read from radio. other data, cannot open communication port. We'll try plugging it and unplugging it real quick. Find out what's going on here. Let's see. Yep, COM3. Read data from radio. Great, working this time. So sometimes you just have to restart things. We're good there. Now this, like I said, great time to start sending in your talk group suggestions. Now, if you're not sure where to find talk groups, simply go to, I believe it's pystar.uk is the place I usually look. But this is a great list of all the different talk groups. There's a lot of resources out there, but this is typically where I go to get mine. And you can find talk groups for just about anywhere and anything. So, like I said, we're going to be taking a few of your guys' suggestions today and actually putting them in the Codeplug. So, let's go back out here. Great. So, we've read from the radio. Now at this point, we want to input our information. So, I'm going to click on Digital and then Radio ID List. Now, this is where we put our radio ID and our call sign. So go back out to your web browser here, and we'll take that number and plop that over here. And then I typically just put my first name and my call sign in this section down below. Great, we've got that. Now this is a good time to do some, any other customization you want. We could do the power on. If you go to optional settings, we can set the power on up to have our call sign as well. We may as well do that real quick. So we'll do a first name and call sign in here. Make it look cool when we turn it on. There we go, awesome. And we could do some other settings here as well. Work mode, you want to change this display mode from frequency to channel. If we don't do that, all of the channel names that we put into our radio, we're not going to see them. And because we're working with a hotspot, all the frequencies are going to be the same. So you'd really have no way to tell the difference between your channels. So we definitely want this display mode set to channel. And then I personally like to turn sub-channel off. Makes it a little bit less confusing. Let's see, what else could we customize real quick? Display. Let me see here. Let's change the standby background picture to custom 1. We'll make it look good. Yeah, let's do that. That'll be good. And then if you want to actually change that background picture, just go to Tool and standby background picture 1, and then just click on Open Image. And you can select, your radio CPS will actually come with these images. When you download that CPS file, these are all included. So you can pick any of them, really. Let's find one that looks good. How about this one? We'll go with that. That looks good to me. And there we go. So we'll just write that to it real quick. Oop, communication ports. That's interesting. Well, maybe we got a bad connection here. Plug it back in. Radio's on. Gonna write to that again. There we go. It's working that time. Perfect. Nope, another programming cable. I appreciate it. Don't think it's a programming cable that's bad. It could have just been a bad connection. I might not have plugged that in correctly the first time. So we got that here if we need it. Perfect. So we are set there. So let's go ahead and set up our talk groups at this point. So I've got my Pystar site. I'm going to leave that pulled up. Oops. Pystar.uk. So we're going to do there's a few I want to put in myself, and then from there we'll take your guys' suggestions. So you can just do a Control F to find them. So I'm going to put in the parrot. So I know that's 9990. So we'll go over here and simply just go to contact/talk group. And then at this point, we can start putting in our talk groups. So this is the parrot, and that's going to be a private call, and then the number is listed here. And then click OK. Now most talk groups you want to be a group call, otherwise you're not actually going to talk to people. Now the parrot, that's an exception. We do want that to be a private call. So click OK, and this may not work because I think you at least have to have one group call. So we'll do that one next. Actually, let's do for talk group 4000. Now 4000 is the disconnect talk group. We definitely will need that. We'll make that a disconnect, and may as well do that a group call. Great, and then we'll do our parrot and private call 9909 or 9990, I believe. We'll double check that real quick. I think that's what it is. 9990. Perfect. And private call, we're good there. And let's go ahead and input the Missouri talk group. Missouri. Great, there we go. We'll get that number. And you can literally just copy and paste these over. It's very simple. Now, there is a way to download the entire list and just throw it in there. You can do that too. Now, personally for me, I typically just like to pick out what I'm interested in, but you certainly can get the entire list. Now, if you want a list that's already made for you and has condensed all of the best talk groups to talk on, we do actually offer a super Codeplug which has that. It's got a lot of international talk groups, all 50 states. Everything's been condensed so you can get just without having to weed through everything, you can get the best talk groups to talk on. So there we go. Let's make this one Missouri and make that be a group call, and we'll punch the number in here. Perfect. So let's see what you guys are interested in. Texas. Well, let me see. What all do we have here? We'll pick some off the list. There's a worldwide talk group 91. Yeah, we can put that one in here. Worldwide and group call talk group 91. We'll do that next. What else do we have? Pennsylvania 3142. Let's see. 3142. Group call. Next. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay, there's a Georgia. We'll put that one in. 3113. Group call. Awesome. What else can we do from the suggestions here? A lot of suggestions, so that's awesome, guys. We'll put some of these in here that sound cool to me. Let's do this Hurricane Neb. Never heard of that before, but it sounds interesting. 3199. 31. Oops. Let's see. Hurricane Net. 31. Let me see. 3199. Awesome. Let's see, what else can we put in here from you guys real quick. We'll do we've got Georgia. BYRG, yeah, let's put that one in here. Backyard Repeater Group. And that is 31201. 31201. Awesome. Let's see. Someone wants to do talk group 3139. I don't know what that is. Let's find out real quick. 3139. Oh, Ohio. Okay, there's a couple suggestions for that. Looks like we're putting Ohio in. And that would be 3139. Awesome. We have Ohio in the Codeplug. What else? Texas 3148. 3148. Awesome. And remember, guys, if you want to get into this, if you don't have a DMR radio yet, you can certainly get one. It's actually pretty simple to learn how to do this. You know, give us a call. We'll help you through the process. You know, if you need more information, we can give you more information. 816-532-8451 and press 2, and we have ham radio operators standing by to help you. Now, just out of curiosity, how many of you are actually already have your DMR ID? Love to know that. If you need help getting it, we can certainly help you get it. We have some great videos that show you how. But just be interesting to know how many people are actually on DMR already, and how many people are you know, just getting into it. Let's hear it. Post it in the comments down below. Perfect. So Texas, we've got that. Let's keep going here. We'll get as many of these in as we can. Texas, South Dakota, 3146. 3146. Awesome. Let's see, what else do we have here? Talk group 31621. Let's find out what that is. 31621. HRCC. Well, I personally don't have a clue what that is, but why not? Let's add it in. Assume that's a group call. What else can we do here? Let's see. Norway talk group. That sounds interesting. Yeah, we'll add that one in. Talk group 242. 242. That is Norway. Awesome. Cool. And we have Ohio already. Let's see. Talk group 31621. Ham radio crash course. Ham radio crash course. They have their own talk group? That's neat. I don't know if that's what that is or not, but that is certainly neat. Let's put that in there. Okay. 31621. 31621. I think there is a bit of a character limit, so we'll abbreviate some of these. Maybe that, did we already do this? 3162, okay. Oh, we've already done that, ham radio crash course. Okay, so we've already got that in there, perfect. That's a duplicate. Didn't know what that was. Okay, so that's ham radio crash course, awesome. I didn't know there was a talk group. We like ham radio crash course, cool. Ohio, we've got that already. Florida, let's put Florida in there. See, Florida, this is Florida Aries. I don't know if that's different from, I think that's different from Florida statewide. Let's put them both in there. 31127, 31127, and we better specify. And then we'll put the Florida statewide in as well. And that is 3112. What else can we put in here real quick? Probably getting close to having enough talk groups. We've got 15. Let's go to 20 or so. Let's put in a few more. Florida statewide. Vermont, interesting. Okay, 3150. Oops. 3150, and we said that was Vermont. Perfect. And what else do we have? Oh, that's Scotland. Let's put that in there. Cool. 2355. Okay, awesome. And what else could we do? 2027, BC, Canada. We'll put that one in there. put in a Canadian talk group. Let's see. 3027. 3027. BC, Canada. I don't know if that, okay. Let's see. And Massachusetts. We'll put that one in there. 3125. 3125. Awesome. Oh, Illinois. 3117. Oops. Awesome, there we go. So we've got 20 talk groups in here. Awesome, we've covered most of the talk groups out there. I do see one more that looks interesting. Southwest Missouri, I believe is what it is. SWMO. Let's add that one in here real quick. Get another Missouri talk group in there. That one is 31291. 31291. Awesome, there we go, cool. So we have completed all of this, and yeah, we should be pretty much set up here. Obviously this has, okay, so now we have to create our channels. In fact, actually we've set up, we've made quite a bit of work for ourselves now, because we have to create all these different channels. So let's go into our channels section here, and we'll create our first channel. So this is going to be our frequency, so that's 446, 525, and 446, 525, and we're on digital. Transmit power, we just need that to be low. We can leave all of this where it is. Color code 1, we want time slot 2, radio ID, and then I'm going to label that new, and we can just duplicate this quite a few times. DMR mode, it's not actually going to matter for this because we're on the hotspot. Now, if you're talking to a repeater, you want to make sure that's set to repeater instead of simplex. But we can leave it as simplex for now, and we should be set. So I'm going to click OK, and I'm actually going to just, well, I guess it doesn't matter. We'll leave it there. So I'm going to duplicate, so copy, and then paste. We're just going to go down the line here and paste a bunch of these in, and that way we can add those talk groups. Let's see, so I believe we have, let's see, we have about, okay, we'll go to 30 here, and that should be enough. I'm going to try to speed this up just so we can get this done with for you guys and take some questions. But this is certainly doable. It's a lot of fun. You know, you don't have to add all of these at once. You can just add 2 or 3. But let's see here. So we should have everything now. So now it's a matter of going in, selecting the talk groups, and naming them. So everything's correct. Color code 1, time slot 2, digital low, have the right frequency, 446, 525. Okay, everything looks good to me. So let's go ahead and select our talk group. So this one, we're just going to go down the list. I'll do them in order here so we won't get lost. Let's do the BC Canada. Just double click on them, and we'll give it that name. BC Canada. Perfect. And we can just simply go to next, I believe. Yep, that'll take us to the next one. BYRG. BYRG. Next. And that's going to be disconnect. Perfect. And keep going. We're just going to go select all of these in Florida. Florida Aries. Georgia. Ham Radio Crash Course. Hurricane Net. Let's see. Illinois. And Massachusetts. We'll just keep going down the list here. We're about halfway through. It's our Missouri talk group. Norway. And Ohio. Almost there, guys. Okay, Pennsylvania. And let's see, Parrot. South Dakota. Southwest Missouri, I believe. Scotland. And let's see, we got 3 more. Texas. Vermont. And last one, we have Talk Group 91, which is worldwide. Awesome. So we have our talk groups. We now have all of our channels. We have our disconnect and our parrot, which are going to be useful. So now we just need to create a zone. So go to your zones. And there is a first zone. Let's just go ahead and change this. We can add everything over here. Awesome. So I'm going to get rid of all of these. Great. And then we'll make the, where's the parrot? Make the parrot the primary, and then we'll make the disconnect the secondary on the primary channels there. And what could we name this? We'll just give it a date. Well, let's see. We'll give it BCU Live. That'll work. Cool. We have our talk group. And at this point, I believe we are set. Check the show notes here real quick. Make sure we didn't miss anything. Okay, we do want to also import our digital contact list. This is not essential, but it is certainly nice to have. So the website that I like to go to get this, you can download it from different places, is kf5iw, kf5iw.com. And they typically have a great up-to-date list for the AnyTone radio. So just go there and let's see, digital contact list download. So we're going to go to just the biggest list here. That's typically what I import into the radio, and we'll just download that. There we go. We'll save it to the desktop. Great. Wait for it. There we go. It's downloaded. So now we can go to our desktop. We'll have to extract it, so just right click, extract all. Great, there we go, there it is. So now inside of our CPS, we can go up to Tool, and then Import, click OK, and then Digital Contact List. Now we want to go to our desktop again and just click on that file inside of that folder. Looks like we downloaded it recently, but we'll add the newest version, so click Open. And now at this point, just click Import. Now this is going to take a minute, so let's go over some questions. Do we have any questions?
How many talk groups can the radio hold?
How many talk groups can the radio hold? That's a great question, actually. I'm not sure off the top of my head. I want to say it's the talk groups are in the thousands, I believe. I think it may be like 4,000. There's a large capacity of talk groups. May be able to find out real quick. Let me see if it's listed on the website. I know for the digital contact list, it will actually hold 500,000. So let's see if it's listed here. But you certainly are not going to have trouble running out of talk groups. We haven't had that trouble before. Okay. See if it's listed here in the specifications. Let's see, specs. So you got 4,000 channels. You're going to be able to hold 500,000 digital contacts. In terms of talk groups, I don't know off the top of my head. We can certainly find out for you. So give us a call, 816-532-8451, and press 2, and we can let you give you that information. But there is a lot. You won't have trouble with that. More questions?
How can I establish a personal talk group?
Okay, great question. That someone's interested in establishing a personal talk group. So I don't know if you can establish a personal talk group. It may have to be a group. It may be possible, though. So you would basically talk to Brandmeister and get set up with a talk group. I know there's some different groups that have them. It looks like Ham Radio Crash Course has one, which is awesome. There is a way to go about it, but the place you need to go to is brandmeister.network, and they can get you set up with that information.
What is a subchannel?
Well, looks like we're finished here real quick. What is a subchannel? So just to go over that real quick, the subchannel we can see on this radio. Now we don't have the second camera today because we had some troubles, but you have your top and your bottom channel. So that's going to be your subchannel. Now, typically I don't like to see both at the same time. I turn my subchannel display off, and then I can just press a button to switch over to it. But I don't have to look at it. So you can set it up either way, but it's basically just another channel that's there ready to go. There we go, import complete. So at this point, we can write this to the radio. So make sure our radio is plugged in. It is, and everything's in good shape. We'll click on Write to Radio. And we are going to do the digital contact list this time. There we go. Awesome. Let's take some more questions.
Will the hotspot only do DMR, or can it be used to link on other formats, like C4 FM?
Great question. So the hotspot, not only does it do DMR, the SkyBridge Plus actually does a lot more. You can actually do cross mode between them. You can do, I believe, DMR, System Fusion, which is C4 FM. D-Star, if you have a D-Star radio, it'll work with that. A few of the other modes too in XDN, it will do all of that for you. So absolutely.
Why do you need to include disconnect, and what is a parrot?
Okay, great. So disconnect, whenever you talk to a talk group through a hotspot, this isn't true for a repeater. Now, whenever you're using a digital hotspot, you actually have to key up the disconnect before you can talk to another talk group. Actually, you may be able to do that on the repeater too. That's I don't know that for a fact. But for the hotspot, you do actually have to have that disconnect in there to be able to talk to another talk group. So you simply just key up talk group 4000, and then you'll hear a message that says not linked, and then you'll be able to talk to the next talk group. So it basically is just a way of exiting a talk group. And the parrot is just what it sounds like. It will talk back to you. So if you just set up your radio, it's a great way to test it and make sure everything is working correctly.
Is it possible to create a single simplex channel with the squelch turned off without turning off the squelch for the whole radio?
Great question. A single simplex channel with the squelch turned off without turning off the squelch for the whole radio. It might be. I'm not sure on that. I'd check real quick, but we have it in progress here. I believe that's a great question. We can certainly find out. I believe if it's like an analog squelch setting, you probably have to do that for the whole radio. But we can find out. There may be a way to do it.
What is a talk group with TAC in the name?
Sure. So there's a few talk groups. I know TAC 310 is a very popular one. That's a great question, actually. I don't know what the TAC or TAC stands for, but the TAC 310 I know is a very popular talk group. It's just another group of talk groups.
What was the website for the DMR IDs?
For the radioid.net. That's radioid India Delta.net, and that's the website that hosts all of the DMR ID information. That's where you would go to register, and then that's also where you would go if you want to find your DMR ID later down the road.
How easy is it to program the radios directly?
It's actually quite simple. It's going to be a little bit faster on the computer, but if you want to program them from the radio, you can do that too. It's not a big deal. As long as you have a newer one, I know like the older 868s, you couldn't do very much on the radio itself. But if you have one of these 878 UV2 Plus radios, you can do almost everything from the radio that you can on the computer. Not quite, but for the most part you can. So, it just takes a little bit more time, but it's possible.
Is there a simplex frequency for nearby DMR direct?
Simplex frequency for nearby DMR direct. I know there are some like simplex calling frequencies, but as for just a simplex DMR frequency, not that I know of. Typically, people talk to repeaters or hotspots when they're using that. If you have some buddies that are wanting to talk to you on DMR, just pick one of the, obviously make sure it's an amateur radio frequency that you can use, but just pick a frequency.
Is there a way to switch from DMR to analog?
Absolutely. So you can easily, that's one of the cool things with these radios. Not only do they work great for DMR, they also work awesome as analog radios. In fact, I use them for that quite a bit. So it's really as simple. We'll do it on this radio. If we go to menu and then down to settings, channel set, and then channel type. Now you can do this in the CPS as well. We saw where we had digital selected. You would just literally change that to analog. That simple.
Can you explain what a static talk group is?
A static talk group. That's a great question. I'm not familiar with a static talk group. I know there's static IP addresses, but I think that's a little bit different. So that's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. We can certainly find that out for you. Give us a phone call, and we'll get you some more information on that. But not personally super familiar with static talk groups.
Can you add multiple talk groups to a single channel?
You cannot. No, one talk group per channel. You can't add more to a channel, but just create more channels.
Can you explain the 5-tone selective calling?
5-tone selective calling. Not sure what that is either. We can get you some information on that. I know if you're referring to like analog, there's different tones, like a CTCSS tone or a PL tone, but there's a lot more. I'm personally not familiar with 5-tone calling, so we can certainly get you some info on that though.
Can you make the disconnect a hotkey?
I believe now you can save the disconnect channel to one of your primary like memory channels, or the A or the B for your zone. As for making it a hotkey, I don't believe you can make it like have a disconnect hotkey. That would be something interesting now. That would be a neat feature. If any of you guys have done that or know how to do that, let us know, but I don't believe you can, at least at the moment.
Can we add our own code plug if we have the plug-and-play package already installed?
That's a great question. So if you already have the plug-and-play package, which is a great package, by the way, if you are just getting into it, I would highly recommend that. It's going to get you all set up on the air, talking around the world without doing anything to your radio. You'll save yourself a lot of time and headache, and that way, you can dive into it with already having some information in there and can kind of work from that. But if you have a code plug and you want to add that to the plug-and-play package, you certainly can. Now, don't just go in there and overwrite everything. What you would do is export through Tool and then Export All for your plug-and-play package. And you would do the same for your code plug, and then you would actually combine those two in some kind of spreadsheet and then re-import it. Now, we have a video that goes over that. I think it was for a slightly different purpose, but it's the same. It'll show you the same thing. I think we did it for adding information from a 578 to an 878 or something similar to that. But we certainly can do that for you. And in fact, we're actually in the process. We're planning to make one for that specific purpose. Awesome. So the write data is complete. Let me see here. See, we'll get this set up. Let's see that, Tom. Awesome, thank you, appreciate it. Okay, awesome. Let's see, so we have our frequency. We have everything set up in the code plug. Now at this point, it's just a matter of trying it out. So we'll see the radio here booted up. We can see we have our awesome display screen. There we go, they're BCU live, and then we have the parrot. Let's see, I'm going to make this display so it stays on real quick so it doesn't turn off for us. Let's go to settings, radio set, display function, light time, and we'll just set that to always real quick. Awesome, there we go. And we are good to go. So let's try out the parrot real quick. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is W3AMG trying out the parrot on our new code plug. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is W3AMG trying out the parrot on our new code plug. There we go. How awesome is that? So we have the radio up and running. It's working. Now, if we scroll through this zone, we actually have all of the different talk groups. I'm seeing, yep, we have everything we entered here. So let's try another one real quick. Let's jump on the Georgia talk group. Why not? Let's try this one out real quick. This is Cody W3AMG trying out my newly set up radio on the Georgia talk group. Anyone out there? What's it like in Georgia today? See if anyone comes back to us real quick. Okay, not seeing any activity. We'll let's see here. Oh.
Okay.
I got something. See if anyone else comes back.
W3AMG K4YGT on the Georgia State Line.
Awesome. Thank you for coming back to me. What was your name? It's a great day here in Missouri. Where are you from? So it looks like, I think it's very busy. I think potentially all of you guys have jumped on here, and looks like there's a lot of activity on that talk group right now. Let's see. Okay, let's jump. I'm going to show you how the disconnect works real quick. So that works. Looks like everyone's trying to talk over each other on there. So let's try out the disconnect real quick. Testing, 1, 2, 3, W3AMG. And typically with the disconnect, let's see.
Not linked.
It just says not linked, and you don't really have to, say anything to it necessarily. I mean, technically, I think you should say your call sign, but you just press that to key it up, and then it disconnects. So we have disconnected from the talk group. We'll try out the parrot again real quick, just to show you it's working. Parrot. Testing, 1, 2, 3. This is W3AMG.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. This is W3AMG.
Awesome. There we go. How cool is that? So this is awesome. We made a code plug together. So thank you for all of you guys for your help with it. You know, it wouldn't be possible without you. This is the BridgeCom University live custom code plug that we made live here today. Now, if you have questions, now don't go away just yet. We're about to draw the winner for this radio right here, a brand new 878 UV2 or a 878 Plus. We got the UV2 here. We're giving away a brand new 878 Plus radio, and one of you guys is going to win. So let's find that out here in a minute. Now, if you have any more questions about the radio or are interested in getting one, give us a call, 816-532-8451, and press 2, and we'll be more than happy to help you answer any questions, and get you anything you need. Let's see, do we have any more questions here?
We actually have our winner for today's giveaway.
Awesome, we have a winner. So we're going to announce the winner. Now, if they are here in the house, they're going to win a brand new 878 Plus radio. Now, if they're not here, don't go away just yet. We're going to draw another winner. So let's find out. Who was it?
Today's winner is Ernesto Escobar, call sign K04SRE.
K04SRE. K04SRE. Are you in the house?
It looks like he's here.
Awesome, he is here. Congratulations to you. You've just won yourself a brand new 878 Plus radio. This will include BridgeCom University and all of the BridgeCom support. So you're going to be able to get on the air in no time. So congratulations. That's awesome. Each and every one of you have a chance to win one of these radios on every live stream. And not to mention, you get to learn a lot while you're here. So thank you all for watching and attending. We have these every week, Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central Time. Typically last about from half hour to an hour, and a great opportunity for you to learn more about your radio. So that's it for now. Make sure you sign up for the big giveaway going on right now. Link is in the description. We have a giveaway. We're giving away over $4,000 worth of ham radio equipment. You don't want to miss that. And check out some of our tutorials. There's more bite-sized chunks of almost everything we covered today on the YouTube channel and in BridgeCom University. So that's it for now. We will see you in the next video. This is Cody W3AMG 73.